Hi, I'm Sandra Niazi, and I'm here to welcome you to this edition of Rutherford County Magazine. First, we'll hear about some recent award winners at Rutherford County's EMS. Next, we'll talk to some students and educators about Oakland's International Baccalaureate program. And lastly, we'll visit one of our local lakes and learn about water and boating safety. So sit back and enjoy this edition of Rutherford County Magazine. Recently, some of the folks at the Emergency Medical Services were awarded some very special awards for their dedication and duty to their jobs, education, and services to the citizens of this county.
We give everybody a little speech when they first come here as part of their orientation, and I tell a little story that I ask them if they know what a lanyapper is or if they know what a lanyap is, and most of them don't. Occasionally we get someone who's been down to New Orleans or somewhere that they know about what lanyap, but you know, lanyapper, I don't think that's a word. But we use it as a word, and you know, lanyap in Cajun means a little bit more and a little bit extra. And so I tell them during orientation that we're looking for the spirit of the lanyapper, somebody who's willing to go above and beyond.
Each agency selects a recipient that they think is outstanding that year. So the Sheriff's Office selects someone, Laverne Police Department selects someone, Smyrna Police Department selects someone, MPD selects someone, and Rutherford County EMS selects someone. I think of this as teamwork, so I mean, I don't know why I'm selected out of it. We all work together. As you can see, it's always stuff going on, and I will say that being a 911 dispatcher, whether it's police or EMS or fire, is a very stressful job. It's a very important job, though. Just remember that when you call 911, we do have to ask questions, we do have to get information. That's not to say that we're not helping you, but we will require information when you call us.
Well, at Columbia State, each department head selects a student from their department to be eligible and to be nominated for an academic award. I was eligible, or was nominated by our director to be the EMS Education Student of the Year, along with a few other people, and I was chosen just based on academic accomplishments, GPA, and things like that, the way that you're helping out your other students in the program. So I was selected by him and selected by the other deans of the college to win the award. And the scholarship that I was given by Rutherford County definitely was able to put me in that position. So I'm proud to have received the award and proud to have received the scholarship. I would not have been able to attend school had I not received the scholarship. So I think it's given me an opportunity that I wouldn't have had otherwise to be able to further my career and my education in EMS. It's definitely been a highlight of my employment here so far. It's an accomplishment to be able to receive the scholarship. Like I said, it's something that I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise, and I'm really excited and happy that I was given that opportunity because it's given me a chance to really do more in EMS and fulfill my career a little more.
I received the EMT of the Year award from the Sons of the American Revolution, the Stones River chapter here in Murfreesboro. This award it's humbling. It shows that I'm seen as someone that someone else looks up to and someone else looks for in a leader and looks for in a team leader within a subset. And I hope that people see this as I'm just another person. I was picked because I do well within the organization, but I'm a part of that. I'm part of an organization, and we look for good leaders, we look for good team players, and it takes a good team player to be a good leader.
Okay, that was a great topic about some of our local award winners at EMS. Now let's move on to our next topic, which is about a unique educational program offered at one of our local county high schools.
In 2006, initially there was a push to get the International Baccalaureate program into Oakland High School. This was led by former principal Butch Vaughn and some of his administrative staff that was here. And the purpose of this was to be able to provide something that was a little bit unique, at the same time high quality into the district.
We're going into our 5th year as far as having the diploma program here. Globally speaking, though, the IB program was originally developed in the 60s as a way to educate diplomats' children. So it's a truly global education, and they have ways of moderating both the work of the students and the teachers, so on a global scale. So what we do here at Oakland is we are just part of that larger program. So our kids are educated here at Oakland under the IB curriculum, and then as a whole, they are compared to and compete with students across the world.
You basically get prepared for college, and more than just college, for anything rigorous or intense in life.
And as far as the curriculum, there is an IB curriculum. But as a school, we choose the subjects that we offer, and there are governing rules as far as what the students have to take to be eligible for the entire IB diploma. Probably more than you really want me to go into, but it is a special curriculum and a very current and ever-changing curriculum, which is one of the things I think that makes it so special.
In 2008, when I came here, we had not actually attempted to go outside the Murfreesboro city to attract our students. And in 2008, I got permission to do that, and we presented our program to the various middle schools throughout the county, including the northern end of the county. And I think this gave you the opportunity for parents to see the program and what it has to offer.
You can be a student anywhere in Rutherford County. As of last year, the board did vote and approved certain eligibility requirements for those students that are not zoned for Oakland. So in order for a student that is out of Oakland zone to come here for the IB program, they do have to meet certain entrance requirements that are mostly focused on testing and obviously grades, but they have to be in the top 20% of the nation, basically, in terms of testing.
I think this past year we had like 45 that were out of zone. From that 45, I'm going to say perhaps maybe 25 to 30% came to the north end of the county.
As far as the comparison between a more AP-oriented program like Central versus IB, AP is geared towards strengths. Students they pick and choose courses based on typically what they're strong in as far as subjects. IB is very focused on developing a full student, and that goes beyond just the courses. There's also community service that's involved. There's the ability to write extended essay, and a type of philosophy course that's also incorporated. Also, in order to be successful with IB, it truly is, you can't just be really good at English and maybe struggle a little bit with math. It really is a balanced curriculum.
It's given me a better sense of time management, and it's allowed me to challenge myself every day in the classroom as well as outside of the classroom.
It's challenged me in not only subjects that I enjoy being challenged in, but also in subjects that aren't necessarily my strengths. And after being a part of this program, I feel really prepared for college and my future.
You know, our students that we have, I'm sure, would be successful in any program, and it's in no way a guarantee to go to that dream school that you've always wanted to go to. As far as if you get the IB diploma, it is the best preparation available, period. They truly are getting prepared. They are successful, they are learning, and they have very bright futures ahead of them. Overall, I can't think of any that I would say otherwise.
Expecting the unexpected is sort of a corny way to put it, but that's really kind of the closest thing to what it means to be an IB student, is learning to deal with things that come at you as a surprise that are challenging and new.
What we have here with the International Baccalaureate program is we have the best program in terms of preparing young people for academic success, and at the same time it's inclusive. It's within the confines of a regular high school where we have a variety and diversity. We have, we have a career technical education programs. We have a variety of different programs that meet all students' needs. So I think that's what makes it unique. It's not just a magnet school where you have a group of high achievers together, but you also have a school within a school. We have the International Baccalaureate program along with our other students.
They are in a program that is truly engaging learners, and I think that's something that we all want our children to be part of. They're thinking, they're inquiring, they're challenged, and it's a fantastic program. And with that being said, it's also part of a fantastic school. I mean, we are here as the best curriculum you can get in the world, and it's part of a fantastic comprehensive high school where they have all the opportunities available to them. So it's a great place to be, and they can come anytime, and we'll show them around.
Okay, that was a great look into the IB program at Oakland. If you would like to be a part of the IB program and are a student and resident of Rutherford County, you can contact them at 904-7506. And now it's time for us to move on to our final topic, which is something a lot of the people in this area love to do, going to the lake and boating.
As always, most important, always bring your life jacket to the lake, especially if you're going out on a boat. And as always, make sure that your kids have their jackets on too, and make sure they fit properly. There's several different jackets out there. You don't have to have the most expensive type, but some type of approved flotation device. And right here we have just a few examples. Obviously this would be more of a toddler size. Make sure that they're on good and snug. They have a crotch strap, and when you put them on your kids, grab them by the shoulders and actually pick them up. And if they come up over the ears of your child, you probably need to readjust it, or maybe even consider getting a different size jacket. And also here's a different size for a larger child. And as you can see, once again, make sure it's good and tight and make sure it fits properly, and actually test them by trying to pick them up while they're just standing on the ground, and make sure it don't slide up over their ears and it won't come off of them. Although most people can swim great and they come to the lake to have a good time, a lot of the calls that we go on are for drownings where people were just swimming and they have drowned in the lake for whatever reason, we don't know. And we strongly encourage you to wear a life jacket while swimming at the lake because of the unknown depths, and you can't see under the water and where you're going. Currently at J. Percy Priest, they have records of 148 drownings, and out of those, 145 did not have their life jackets on. Adults can go to the lake and not have to wear their vest while they're out on the boat, but the vests do have to be readily available to get to them very quickly. 12 and under children must wear a vest 100% of the time while on the boat. As a boat owner, you take on several responsibilities, and you can go to the TWRE website to get all those laws and regulations. Some of the things that are required by law are, for example, like we stated earlier, always have a life jacket readily available for everyone on your boat. Also, anyone under the age of 12 must have a life jacket on while they're underway. A few other things that you need to know: if your boat is greater than 16 foot, you must have some type of throwable flotation device, such as this type of device here. Another thing is you must have navigational lights, both in operating order, and there will be one on the rear of the boat as well. Also, you must have an anchor, and remember, always tie your anchor to the bow of the boat. You should have some type of first aid kit for everyone on your boat. Coming on back here, some other things that's great to have is always a fire extinguisher. Your boats that just have an open engine, they're not required by law. Any boat engine enclosed is required to have a fire extinguisher, but as a general rule, always carry one with you. You should have a paddle with you at all times, just in case your engine was to stop and you was stranded. Also, another thing to have is some type of kill switch in the event that you was to have some type of collision or incident, that the key gets pulled out if you get taken away from the steering wheel or whatnot. That way the boat will automatically turn off. Another thing we need to think about while boating is some type of sound device. So if you're out running about, you need to get somebody's attention, have some type of audible sound device, such as a horn or even an air horn that you can carry in your hand. And that's also excellent for navigation at night. One of the major responsibilities is make sure you have your boat registered and up to date. This boat does not require registration, but if it did, it would have a set of numbers here and the date that your registration was good to. Also, you should always have, as a boat owner, your boat registration card, and it should be with you on the vessel at all times. Obviously, something you want to always do before you come to the lake is check the weather. And I know obviously that sometimes we have pop-up showers, so always be prepared for changing weather, such as maybe just bringing some ponchos or some type of rain gear, and even a sweatshirt sometimes, because the weather can change so quickly and get cool and wet out here on the lake. Another one of the reasons that we respond to the lake is for missing boaters or lost boaters. And this a lot of times can simply be solved if the person will just tell someone where they're planning on going to the lake, as in a boating plan or some type of schedule. Just let someone know where you're going. We get several calls for people who get lost on the lake and it gets dark and they don't know where they're going, and we had to come out and track them down. So make sure you tell somebody where you're going and maybe a time frame. That way they'll know if you're actually missing or where you should be, and that will give us an excellent starting point if we have to come out and look for you. Most people and everyone should get their boat ready to launch up in the parking lot. Don't do it here on the ramp, because we have a lot of traffic coming in and out. You don't want to tie up the ramp with you getting your boat ready. So make sure you take care of all your stuff up on the parking lot. And some of those things are just common sense things, such as making sure you have all your life jackets readily available, making sure that your fuel is topped off, and as always, if you have a drain plug on your boat, make sure you check it and make sure it's in, and make sure your motor is in the proper position to launch the boat. Now, once you get your boat onto the water, make sure that you are familiar with the rules and regulations of the lake, such as knowing what buoys and what colors and what they mean, and what your no-wake buoys mean, and where you can properly run your boat. And we strongly encourage you to look up the TWRA website, where you can find all the rules and regulations of the lake there. As always, just like with drugs and alcohol, if you're operating a boat under the influence, it is punishable by law, very similar to a DUI or driving on the streets. The TWRA will enforce that and will punish you to the fullest extent.
Well, that wraps up this edition of Rutherford County Magazine. I want to thank everyone who was a part of this edition, and I also want to thank you, the viewer, for tuning in and joining us. If you would like to learn more about Rutherford County government, you can visit us at www.rutherfordcountytn.gov. Again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time, right here on Rutherford County Magazine.